Sickle is not only used by communists. Sickle is also seen in your blood. If you understand the secret of sickle in your blood, you will understand how to get girls into your life without having to spend money effortlessly. When the red blood cells assume the shape of a sickle, what happens is these sickle shaped red blood cells obstruct the flow of blood through vessels. Due to this, the tissues and organs of your body do not receive enough blood, enough nutrition, and enough oxygen. And then your tissues and the cells and the organs start to die, they start to become inflamed, and they start to feel painful. This pain is due to your sickle cell disease. In order to prevent these red blood cells to assume this sickle shape, we give hydroxyurea. They prevent your red blood cells to assume this shape, and then you will no longer experience pain. The same thing happens with you as a man with a lot of money when you're dealing with women. You have formed a rigid identity. I have money, I have status, I have success. Girls are supposed to like me for who I am and for not what I have. Due to this rigid identity, the flow of attraction is blocked. And the only way to treat this blockage of flow of attraction is by assuming pure consciousness. When you start to become pure consciousness, you start to lose your identity. You no longer are identified with your name, with your status, with the objects that you own, with your past story. You become pure consciousness, and then you are allowed to have access to this immaterial, invisible field of information. And when you have access to this invisible, immaterial field of information, you can create the reality that you want. And the only way to assume pure consciousness is by the practice of Yoga Nidra. When you do Yoga Nidra, you're just guiding your attention through your body parts one by one until you achieve a state of sleepiness. This is when your breathing rate slows down, your brain waves start to slow down. Now the door between your conscious mind and subconscious mind is wide open. Now you are in this generous present moment, and you have finally become pure consciousness, and you have access to this invisible field of infinite possibility and information. Now in this moment where your brain waves are slow and you can visualize properly, what you're going to do is you start to use your conscious mind creatively. Start to create an imaginal act in your mind where you are already a 10 out of 10 ideal version of yourself, and the girls that you want are coming to you effortlessly. In this imaginal act, ask yourself questions like, what would my life look like if I did not have to spend any money, but still all the beautiful girls that I like are coming up towards me, they are in my arms. When you ask questions like this in this meditative state, your brain starts to become creative, and it is going to create visual scenarios. Maybe it is going to create scenarios where the beautiful girls are in your arms and they are looking at you with their pupils dilated because they are so attracted by you. Maybe they are complimenting you, saying things like, wow, you are so amazing. Maybe you can smell the perfume that is being exuded off of these beautiful women's bodies in this visualization act. Provide all the sensory vividness to this imaginal act so that your brain starts to believe that all these wonderful things are happening to you in real time. Now, discipline your attention and mentally rehearse this imaginal act over and over again until you start to feel the feelings of joy, gratitude, victory, accomplishment, and thrill. Neville Goddard said it perfectly. Feeling is the secret. Only after you can feel these elevated emotions out of your imaginal act, all this imaginal act is going to get outpictured into your physical reality. Remember, Yogis call our physical reality as Maya. Maya means illusion or a magical lie. Your mind extends as your own personal reality. This is why meditation, visualization, and controlling of emotions was invented by ancient yogis and people who just put a lot of attention in their inner world. When I was 19, I was introduced to the idea of cold approach, pickup art, and red pill. I completely immersed myself into the philosophy of red pill. I cold approached hundreds and thousands of women, but still I felt inadequate. I still felt like I was not a high value man. COVID happened, lockdown happened, I could not go out anymore, I could not approach any girl, and slowly I started to suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. To heal these annoying mental health issues, I decided to turn inwards. I started to meditate. And meditation led me to the discovery of this fundamental spiritual principle. That is, your persistent imagination, coupled with elevated emotion, is always creating your personal reality. The life circumstances that you face, the terrible life situations that are happening around you, is all controlled by your imagination. Through your imagination, the things that you do not want in your life will start to vanish away, and you will become a magnet for all the wonderful life circumstances to come and find you. So use your imagination and emotions wisely in order to get the beautiful girls that you want without having to spend any money. Now, if you want to master your imagination, your attention, and the capacity of your body to sustain these elevated emotions, so that whatever you have imagined gets outpictured into your screen of life fast, then message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box down below and the pinned comment section down below. I only coach 4 men per month, so grab this opportunity quick. Remember, this is the emotion pill, where you must understand that feeling is the secret, and your physical reality just reflects what you feel inside. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.